Hello and welcome to Railway Cargo Loading. Railway Cargo Loading is a module that requires you to assess the contents of a fictional train to figure out which train cars, you should couple to this train. This is how the module looks. You have the screen showing, I assume, well, yes, it would be your current time, the car number, and of course, the train car. We have the list of both passengers and contents of the train, other cargo, up and down arrows that will cycle you through all of the train cars that are available, a submit button to couple the selected car, and this screen, which is useful for something else. So, over here in the manual, this is just basically what I just described, other than this, but I'll get to that in a minute. Assembling the train, you must use the cargo list, which is this, to determine the correct car, like I said. So this module does require very minimal edge work, in fact only in this first step, and as if we have a TRN indicator, which we do not. So this rule does not apply. More than 200 liquid fuel. Now, no matter how many of these you load up, you will never see anything specifically called liquid fuel. That is explained down here in the cargo notes. Liquid fuel includes kerosene, gasoline, and diesel, but not crude oil. So, 200 liquid fuel, as we see over here, we have 221 diesel, which is defined as liquid fuel. Therefore, we must attach an internal combustion locomotive. What do these cars look like? Or how do we determine which one of these cars are which, as there is no name on the module? At the very bottom, under railroad car reference chart, we see all the possible cars. This is the internal combustion locomotive. So all we do is we cycle through here until we find this is it. Press the submit button, and we note down internal combustion. I can't spell. Enough. And we go back up. Now we're on car number 2, as indicated at the top. So the first car was not a steam locomotive. Total passenger count is greater than 450. Total passengers is this very top number up here, this 248 in our case. It's not greater than 450. So we treat it as if it were the third car. So we go to the third car rule set. If the destination is long haul, how do we determine if it's long haul? That's what this screen is here. If the screen is black, like it is in our case, then this train is not long haul. If it's blue and has a picture of, I believe it's just a train on it, I'll show you later, then it is long haul. So in this case, treat it as if it were the fourth car. Total passenger count greater than 300. As stated earlier, 248, so it's not greater than 300. Otherwise, refer to the lookup table for passenger cars. So we go down here and we see 2 lookup tables. This is the freight car lookup table, and this is the passenger car lookup table. So, let me, God, son of a go away. So we use the row that the car we are on and just go throughout. Something to note, these sleeper cars, unless you're in a long haul train, so unless the screen is blue, you ignore sleeper cars always. That is stated right here. Ignore sales of sleeper cars if train is not long haul. So, since we're just using this, we just have to look through 150 checked baggage, that is just marked as baggage. 88, so no. Sleeper, so we skip over it. 400 total passengers, no. 250 total passengers, no. So none of the rules apply. So, if none of the conditions in the passenger car table are met, refer to the lookup table for freight cars. That is this other one. This one might trip you up a little bit. So we use the column of the car that we are currently on, or the car that we are referring to in this case. We're on car 2, but we're referring to car 4. So we use car 4. So what does priority level for car mean? We do not just go down the rules. We go in alphabetical order. So the row marked with alpha is the row that we look at, the rule that we look at first. So do we have 100 food? Food is fruit, vegetables, and meat. As stated here, does not include beverages such as water or milk or unprocessed ingredients like grain. We do not have any food, as we see on the side here. Uh, Bravo is over 400 male. Male will just be marked as male. Most things will just be marked as themselves unless stated in the cargo notes section up here. So no male. And then C, 100 sheet metal. There is no sheet metal. So the if none of the conditions in this freight car table are met, we go back up here. If none of the conditions in the freight car table are met, add a box car. As we go down here, a box car in the freight car section has the big door in the center. Oh look, we're already on it. Box car. Now we move on to car 3, and as established earlier, the car 3 rule is the destination long haul, and it is not, so we choose as if it were fourth car, and we do the same thing. Is checked baggage greater than 300? Or no, is total passenger count, greater than 300? No. So we refer to the lookup table for passenger cars. Passenger cars, car number 4. 150 checked baggage? No. Sleeper car, so we skip it because this is not long haul. 400 total passengers, still 248. And 250 total, still 248, so no. So just like last time, we go to this, and since we're still looking at referring to car 4, we just still use the same column. 100 food. Aha! We now have added 134 meat. This note will get bigger as you go on in the module. You can't have multiple pages. I will attempt to show that. So we do have this. So we're going to want to mark this rule for later. That this rule has applied. And we have the train car to attach. The corresponding car is the refrigerated wagon, as we see here. Going down, refrigerated wagon, we can see it's just the door in the middle with 2 lines. Boom, there it is. Refrigerated wagon. I'm just going to mark this as fridge. Now, we are on to the real car 4. So once again, 300 greater than 300 passengers. No. If that is not, then we look at the lookup table for passenger cars. Once again, 150 checked. No, so none of this applies as our passenger car or the passenger count has not changed up here, nor has our baggage count. So we go down here. 100 food. No. It does not seem like we have 100 food. So B is 400 mail. We do not have 400 mail. And C is 100 sheet metal. We have no sheet metal either. So, going back up to car 4, once again, we're going to add simply a box car. Now we are on to car 5. If the previous car is a passenger car, it was a box car, and the cars down in the car reference chart are marked as their categories, so miscellaneous, freight, passenger, and locomotive. You'll only ever have one locomotive, and you can have all 3 of these in theory. So we look for box car. Box car is marked as a freight car. So up here in 5th car, the previous car is a passenger car. No, otherwise refer to the lookup table for freight cars. So freight car lookup table, priority level for cars. So we have car 5 as our column, and once again, the row with A is the first row we look at. 400 mail. No. Then B, 150 lumber, 75 logs. So that is either, because of the or. We do not have either of those either. Sorry for the redundancy. Refrigerated wagon if we have over 100 food. We only have 76 meat in this case, so no. D is 100 sheet metal. We do not have 100 sheet metal. And E, you just keep going down the alphabet. There will be more rules that can apply in later stages. E, 7 large objects. This is once again, look in the cargo notes. Large objects include farming equipment, military hardware, and wind turbine parts, such as wings. And we needed how many? We needed 7. We see we have 14 wings. Unfortunately, these are not chicken wings. Sadness. So over 7 large objects is true, so we're looking for a flat car. As you would imagine, it is just a flat car, flatbed on wheels. Bong. It even puts on the little wing there. And I'll mark down the flat car. And we'll move on to car number 6. So car number 6, previous car is a passenger car, no. Otherwise, look up table for freight cars. Once again, mark down the rule that you're on. Go to the next column as it's the next car. A, the alpha rule. Over 30 livestock. We have 46. That is true. So, we're looking for a stock car. So, this one is easy for some to mess up between the stock car and the auto rack. Auto rack only has vertical lines. The stock car, as you can see here, has both it has vertical, a bunch of diagonal, just a bunch of lines. It looks like a stock cage, like just a animal cage. So, as you can see, auto rack here, only vertical lines, and we look for the stock car. It was there, I just saw it. You can see all of these little diagonal lines and everything. So, stock car. Note down stock car. There is potential that you may have to, as you can see here, if this rule were to apply, for example, same as car 5, which is why I'm noting them down. That is also the souvenir question for this module. There is souvenir support for this module. It will either ask what car was on what stage, or what freight car table rule applied for what stage. So now we're on car 7. The 7th car, as here, there are 15 cars, by the way. If the previous car is a passenger car, no. So we look up the lookup table for freight cars. Once again, 100 sheet metal. No. Bravo is 150 lumber or 75 logs. No. Charlie is 30 livestock. No. Delta is down here with 200 acid. No. Echo is 500 loose bulk commodities, except coal. This is mentioned here because over up here in the cargo notes, loose bulk commodities does include coal, right here. But in this case, loose bulk commodities except coal include cement, clay, grain ores, and sand. We have none of that, so that rule does not apply. Echo is, Foxtrot, excuse me, 600 milk, water, or resin. Let's see. We have 591 water. That does not apply. And none of those other things, so that does not apply. G, golf, over 100 coal. We have 416, so we mark that we have had that rule. That is for stage 12 of the module. We mark down that we have had a hopper car. We go down here and we describe hopper car. This one is, again, you can describe these however you want, but this one just has, it just looks like there's 2 triangles that go down into the center. Hopper. And it fills up with presumably coal. So, once again, 8th car, passenger car, no, so freight car number 8. 700 industrial gas, once again, up here in cargo notes. This is good, I'm going to show off all of this. Industrial gas. Helium, argon, nitrogen, acetylene. How much do we need? We need 700. Helium, nitrogen, acetylene. We have 1600 acetylene. So this rule applies. So we have a tank car. I'll mark it down as tank. Tank car, as you could probably guess, just looks like a tank car from a train in real life. So tank car. Couple. Car number 9. As we see with car number 9, previous car was a passenger car. No. So look up table for freight cars once again. 200 acid. Nope. Bravo is 7 large objects. Once again, large objects are up here. Farm equipment, military hardware, and wind turbines. Wind turbine parts, such as wings. We still have 14 wings. Therefore, that does apply. Which means flat car. These red rules can apply in these stages. I will tell you why I am marking them when it becomes relevant. So, we are doing another flat car. Once again, it is just a flat car. So now car number 10. 10th car. Previous car is passenger car, no. Which means freight cars once again. Switch the column. 600 milk, water, or resin. As we see, now we have 1000 water. So we mark this rule has applied. Corresponding car is a tank car once again. Tank car. Car 11. Previous car is a passenger car, no. Freight cars, again. This module can be a little bit tedious. 500 loose bulk commodities, once again, except coal. Where is large? No, where's loose bulk? Cement, clay, grain ores, and sand. Once again, cement, clay, grain ores, sand, and none of those are here. So that's gonna be a no. Bravo is 100 sheet metal. No. Charlie is 150 lumber or 75 logs. Is a no. What am I that? Sorry. Delta is 250 crude oil. As we see here, 393 crude oil on this line. Mark this rule. Mark down that the corresponding car is a tank car. And once again, couple a tank car. You can't get these spaces here. That's normal. Although it is not normal to have this many passengers, my god. But we go to car 12. Previous car was not a passenger car, that is true. Refer to the lookup table for freight cars and use the first condition met that has not been met by any car already, which is why I have been marking down these cars. Because for car 12, you just go down the table. But skip any rules that have already applied. So 400 mail does not apply. 100 sheet metal does not apply. 5 automobiles, over 5 automobiles, does not apply. We have exactly 5. 150 lumber, 75 logs, does not apply. 500 loose bulk commodities, does not apply. 200 acid, does not apply. 100 liquid fuel, almost, but does not apply. So we go back up to 12th car. If none of the conditions in a freight car table are met, add a box car. So we mark down that we are adding a box car. And we find the box car. And we add it. Now car 13. Previous car is a passenger car. No. Previous car is a passenger car. No. Electrical transformer or nuclear reactor pressure vessel. Neither of those are there, so treat it as if it were the 12th car. So we do the same thing. 400 mail. That is going to be a no. 100 sheet metal. That is going to be a no. 5 automobiles. Over 5 automobiles is a no. 150 lumber or 75 logs. No. 500 loose bulk commodities is going to be a no. 200 acid. No. 100 liquid fuel. We have 89 still. So no. And those are all the rules. So once again, since we're referring to car 12, none of the freight car conditions are met. We mark down that we are coupling once again a box car, and I seem to be missing a car here. But that's fine. Since it probably won't apply here, boxcar. Now for 14th car. Passenger car, no. Passenger car, no. Electrical transformer, nuclear power vessel, no. Choose it for 13th car. Once again, these are still the same rules. Excuse me. So choose it for the 12th car. We do the same thing. 400 mail, 100 sheet metal, 5 automobiles, 150 lumber, 75 logs, 500 loose bulk commodities, 200 acid, 100 liquid fuel. None of those apply still, so it is once again a boxcar. Boxcar. Boink. Oh, I'm glad I got to show this, even though none of these are going to apply. So if you get a second page, click the magnet to see everything. And, one moment. And click the magnet again to get it out of your way so you can see the screen. And over in the 15th car, every train ends with a caboose. The caboose just looks, well, it's this car. Here, caboose. And you see the train you have made scroll by in a very long animation. And the module solves. So that is regular cargo loading. I will run a few more examples to see. I will not do another example, but I will run 5 more to see if I can show you what a long haul train would look like.